And thanks for tuning in to Open Line. I'm Chuck Long here with Kevin Kennedy from the Kennedy Law Firm. We've been with you for the full hour, here on Open Line, answering your legal questions. And I tell you, Kevin just always impresses me. He's got so much information. He knows the legal world from A to Z. We're going back to the callers right now.
You know, before we hit this caller, I want to say this. It makes a lot of sense. When I'm telling you to do this, there's one finger at you but three back at me. And if I had the legal problem or my children did, we're going to talk about it and we're going to ask some other opinions. If you come to the law firm and it's a serious problem, we're going to talk to several lawyers in my organization. Why? Because there is power in that counsel. The Bible says the wise seek the counsel of others.
There you go. And you've got, just quickly, and there's so many lawyers at your firm that are specialists in certain areas, and that's the beauty of it, too.
That is the beauty, because you say, no, we can do this. Is it legal? And sometimes my guy says, well, Kev, you can't really do that, but you could do this. I said, that's our course of action.
Yeah. I like to refer to you as the professor of the firm.
Come on, professor.
There you go.
Sometimes they always say, where's the quarterback?
There it is. All right, we're going back to the lines right now. Sandra is on the line with us. Sandra, we're glad that you've hung on the line with us. I know you've got the rest of your questions, so go ahead.
So listen, this is the thing. I was telling you about the noise problem of their department. Now, this is what happened to me, though. The last manager that was there, who had only been there like 2 or 3 weeks, when I complained the last time, I complained directly to the owner, and I don't know, maybe the owner told her to write this letter, but they non-renewed my lease. So I had to find a place in a couple of months, and I'm in a new place now. But I am a disabled person, so that was a lot of stress, additional stress on me. And I want to know if I can sue them for breach of contract because, and like I said, they didn't do anything about the situation.
Yeah, now you've got
forced me out.
You got some valid points, and as soon as you got that letter, you probably should have turned it over. You can go on the internet. The American Disabilities Act gives you lots of rights, and there's many support groups that help defend you. There's a lot of people that contribute money, so they have a legal defense fund, and if you were to raise that up and say, y'all, you're taking action against me because I'm disabled, they say, no, we took action because you were agitating or aggravating and you wouldn't follow the rules. Well, that's a good dispute right there. But I'll bet you they will take 2 steps back when you show them what your legal rights can do for you.
Okay, so hope that helps. And Sandra, again, we appreciate you hanging on the line with us and getting that question to us. All right, back to the lines right now, and Paul is on the line with us. Paul, good evening. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin? You with us, Paul?
Yes.
Okay,
go ahead,
Paul. It is your turn to ask a question.
I'm trying to talk about codes. Does codes have a right to come on your property when you got it saying no trespassing?
Well, you're looking good. That's $1 million question. Their interpretation is if it's in the safety and best interest of the public, they're coming on there. And for what reason? Many times if there's an electrical problem and when you've signed to have that electricity turned on, they've given you rights with easements to inspect that. And so again, if there's something on your property that carries to a whole subdivision, then it's for the public policy for them to go on there. If they're on your land and they saw something, that is a problem. And so many times we've been into it with them over the years. And taking those postures. It all depends on what side you are. Because if we're on your side, we're going to maintain that was unnecessary and don't come back on the property again. And you could send them a cease and desist letter not to come on your properties.
Okay, well, again, great information, Paul. We do appreciate the call. You were talking about some of the reasons that people come in to see you. What happens when someone comes in and they've got a complaint or something has happened and they need witnesses, but there was no witness present? What do you do in that case?
Well, a lot of times you try to go back and recreate what we're in the middle of right now. Okay, there's no witnesses to an incident in a parking lot. This is crazy. All these businesses have video cameras. Well, what can you do with that video camera? We get the tape, you can see all the cars, their license plates, and then you can identify someone if there was a bad situation. Did you see this? And that's how they find witnesses. And of course, sometimes people are traumatized through an event. They don't think it's clear. And so after a while, do you know what? I do remember recognizing someone in that restaurant. I used to know them from high school. So, and if you have no evidence, you have no evidence. You heard me say a little earlier, why don't you bring your friend with you if you have to go there? Because why are you doing that? You're having a witness with you, and if everybody's telling the truth, there shouldn't be a problem.
All right, well, that is good to know. I think we have Sam on the line with us. Taylor, what line do we have Sam on? All right. Here we go, Sam. Thanks for calling this evening, and we appreciate that call. Do you have a question or a comment for Kevin?
Yeah, I need to find out some information about older people that I'm taking care of that have really gone downhill in the last 4 years, and, you know, I don't know how to deal with it.
Well, the first question is that older people probably need a durable power of attorney. That gives someone that they trust the power to conduct their business affairs. Meaning they can pay their light bill, they can buy groceries, they can take their Social Security check and pay their bills. And then also, if they have medical conditions, which almost everybody does, the older we get, there needs to be someone appointed, the medical power of attorney, so that they can make decisions in case they have a stroke, and other decisions need to be made. The living will, if you wanted to be an organ donor, there's a host of things. So what do I say? Take a proactive approach. If these people have resources and can get their will done, get their power of attorney done, and if they got someone they can trust, that's the best case scenario.
All right, so that is good to know. So Sam, we appreciate the call this evening. So when someone is out there, and I know watching tonight, they're able to ask their questions and whether they have a question or a comment. But if someone does feel that they have a case, or they're not even sure if they have a case, and they call you,
absolutely,
is there a fee?
No, you know, there's the vast majority of lawyers have free initial consultations, and if it was something that was serious, I'm telling you, get up and go get that appointment and talk about it a little bit, and then many times they can direct you on something that we hadn't thought of. And I'll tell you again, I do it every day, one right after another. But do you know, I have met some people at 8 o'clock, and this idea did not come to me till 2 o'clock. And I say, hello, come in. I want to call them back and tell them, I want you to consider this. And that's why I bring in some lawyers, we discuss it, and some days the answer doesn't come. And it's a puzzle of my life. Why didn't I figure that out 6 months ago? Why didn't I think of that? Perhaps your mind just wasn't as sophisticated at that point. So I like those times. I like to ponder, and then that creativity will come out, and it will make a difference in your life.
Now, Kevin, we just have about 40 seconds left before we go to break, so I did want to ask you something that a lot of people are always questioning, or often questioning. When something happens, is there a statute of limitations?
On everything, there's a statute of limitations. And then many times we have statutes of repose, and it gets into interpretation. So obviously we are going to interpret it to our best interest. The insurance company's lawyers will interpret it to their best interest. Who's got the best argument? Who's got the best brief? Who is the most persuasive in front of that judge? It always makes a difference.
Okay, good to know. We are going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to wrap up the show. We appreciate you watching this evening, and we'll also tell you how you can contact Kevin at the Kennedy Law Firm. So come on back with us.